Where are they?
They're probably upstairs.
They never answered the door. Oh, wait. It's Monday night.
They're on the second floor.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Second Floor Sessions. Man, fuel is already up. Can you believe that?
You predicted it.
I told you last week that's what it would be. So I was just talking to one of my sales reps today, and he said that I didn't think that much about it. You know, I figured, in a few months it would be hitting us. But I talked to him today, and he said that since this is going on, he's claiming that steel is going to go through the roof. So they're already adjusting their prices now to try to accommodate what's fixing to happen. He said, my lawnmower blades, just lawnmower blades. So this is going to fall in vehicles. It's going to fall in everything else. The price of steel, he said that he's going to go up 5% on our mower blades. So 5% is a lot in business. It's huge, especially on something like that. I mean, if you take that and multiply it into a vehicle or multiply it into a lawnmower or anything, it's going to cost some money. And and he's the one that mentioned to me also about Trump. He's going to put. He's dropping 400 million barrels.
Of oil?
Yeah, 400 million barrels
Of oil.
of oil. Yeah,
Not gas.
Yeah.
Not,
crude. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, so that's only going to last for so long.
Of course.
But so we consume somewhere in the 9 to 10 million barrels a day in the U.S. So that's only it's going to last us a little while.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean that's going.
Is that of oil? We consume that much oil?
Barrels. Yeah, how many barrels?
Barrels
Yes.
of oil.
Of oil. Yeah.
Not gas.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that's going to cause everything to go up now. I mean, since fuel's going up. I mean, it's driving you. It's driving your stuff to you. It's driving your stuff to the stores. It's driving everything. I don't know what it looks like for the future, but I mean, yeah, 400 million barrels of oil in our reserve that he's dropping off to us to help lighten the load. And for some reason, I don't get how we have accrued. So we've literally accrued almost $1 on gas and $1 on diesel already. It was about, what was it, $3? I filled up for like $3. No, I'm sorry, $1.50 on diesel.
I'll say I'll be about $4 if that's the case.
$1.50 on diesel is what it was. Because it's $5 a gallon now. And then the diesel and gas is $2.39 over here at the gas station, and now it's $3.29 right now. But that's called price gouging. No matter how you look at it. I mean, it went from one day. It went from two. It was like, I think it was $2.49, and then everything hit, and then immediately the next day was like $2.59, and then it just crept its way up within 2 to 3 weeks. Now every gas station you go to, it doesn't matter where you go. But I think the only thing. I understand what he's trying to do. Trump's trying to, help crush lighten the load, but I mean, it's already hit. Do you think it's going to stop there? Do you think it's going to stop right there, or is it going to continue to go up, or is it just at a?
No, it's going to continue to climb.
I mean, I know every
They're
time,
not stopping.
every time you're in war, he said that I went and looked at the article after the guy, sales rep, told me this, but he said it's supposed to help crush the blow of the fuel. It should bring fuel prices back down, which I don't think fuel prices is going to come back down until we get out of war. That's just the way it's always worked. when we're in war. But anyway,
Well, and steel goes up every time.
But-
so.
he did make a really good point to say, you know, that's the cost of, you know, that's just a little bit of the cost that we have to remain safe in our commute for our day to day. Yeah. For our commute and our freedom and everything else. I just, you know, being a business owner and being in, you know, I mean, mine's, you know, for me is a lot of it's steel with my mowers, and for you it's petroleum, which is rubber. I mean, you know,
Oil itself,
rubber, oil. But
tires.
I mean, it'll just be what it'll be. You know, I don't know what else to. You don't know what else to do when something like this happens. But I mean, do you think they price gouge any? Do you think the gas stations price gouge? Now, this is coming from a guy that gets a company truck and fuel card. So he's I'm a little sour about that, but I don't have my company.
This guy. This guy. Okay, so somebody said this one time to me, and the more I've thought about this, I don't know that I necessarily agree with him. This was an older man who was fussing about gas prices at one point in time, but he was fussing about, like you said, across the road here where it's went up from one day to the next day. You know, you've noticed it. Well, he's fussing at the gas station owner, you know, that gas went up, that gas in that ground didn't go up. You didn't, you know, you already bought that, you know, and he's, you know, and I kind of agreed with that at first when I thought about it. I mean, he's right. He did already buy that, but then what's your argument on the other side, which is, well, I got to buy more and it's going to be more expensive. So what, you know, that would be your argument there. I'll tell you, I mean, gas is what it is.
Here's the thing. Here, let me just say this real quick. But the biggest thing is, so it doesn't matter. You're going to lose this battle either way you go with a customer like that. I agree. I mean, I know gases, but you have to do this stair step, because if you go from ground zero at $2 to something gallon, and then the next load comes in, now you're up at, you know, you've jumped 50 cents overnight. It's going to look a whole lot worse on you than.
Well, it's the same thing as Trump dropping them barrels.
Oh,
I mean, instead of going from here to here, he can go, by doing that, you can go from here to here to here to here to here to here to, and it's going to continue to climb. That's what it's going to do.
Yeah.
But talking about price gouging, so I don't necessarily consider gas price gouging. I mean, I guess I don't think about it that much, just because I've got to have it.
Oh, I know. We
It's either
have
that
to.
or I'm walking.
Yeah.
Why fuss
And
about it?
we
kind
ain't
of
going to
thing.
work. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I guess I don't think about that. I'll tell you where I've been price gouged at terribly bad is, and this kills me, is hotels. It ought to be illegal. So one time we got rushed out of Florida with a hurricane. Got evacuated. Had to get out of there.
Okay.
I paid more for a hotel, bottom floor. I don't know where it was at, but it wasn't a very, very nice one, I'll tell you that. In Montgomery or something like that in Alabama, trying to get back to the house, I paid more for a one-night stay than I was paying in a condo on the beach, because they saw us coming.
Oh, yeah.
That ought to be illegal. That's
not
freaking
right.
gouging.
Yeah, that's not right, especially in a tragedy
it
like
ain't
that.
right?
Yeah, in a tragedy
That's
like that.
bull crap. That ought to be illegal in my mind.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want to fuss about something, fuss about that. That's crap.
Yeah.
But what did I do?
No, you're going to pay it.
I paid it.
You
Because
paid or sleeping in
you
the
know
truck.
why? Because I was like, I can't go no further. You know,
Uh-huh.
again, and, you know, I can't stay awake and drive. But
Yeah, well.
yeah. So, but that's gouging to me. That ought to be illegal, man. I swear.
Yeah. Well, I get the whole, you know, that's what, you know, it blows my mind that we've not truly been affected yet by the fuel, because, you know, everything's still functioning as it was.
Oh yeah.
But now we're in war, that the barrels went from 60 to, I think I read it was 115 now, the barrel. So, but anyways, I mean, I know they're.
I mean, why is that? Is that just because they have so much oil in Iran and we were getting it all from them, or
Well, they're just
somebody
20,
else
what
has
was it,
cut us
20,
off, or
20,
what?
20 to 25%, something like that. But I mean, it's not like we don't have it sitting here in our ground ourselves.
Oh, I know, but you got to
You
frack
know,
to get it, or
I know,
whatever
yeah,
they
you
say.
got to frack, yeah. But I just, I mean, we're all going to see it. We're all going to see price increasing across the board. Your food, the product you buy from me, the product you buy from him. You know, you going out to eat, your everything. I mean, it's just it takes something to get it to you. So
Yeah.
it's just to be expected. I'm not fussing about it, but I do think it's like I don't see it being 100% right either for you just to go from zero to hero in in a 2 week span to where you're paying where we were paying three what was I paying $3.19 for diesel. That's what I was paying, and now it's $5 a gallon. Almost
Both my diesels need fuel. I don't want to drive them.
Bad timing.
I know. I drove them all weekend last weekend. One of them working with it, so I just ain't gonna fill it up. It's just gonna sit there.
Sit there and rot.
Yeah.
But it's just you ain't nothing you can do about it. You're gonna pay it and go on, and I get that. It's just sometimes I just don't feel like it's 100% right either. But because I mean it ain't just us, but I mean some people struggle from week to week.
For sure.
There are paycheck to paycheck people out there that I mean it's going to affect. And when your gas goes from, I literally filled my truck up like it was $3.79, and I was fussing about it then because I knew I just bought it like 5 days ago or 4 or 5 days ago, and I put $101 in it, I believe, and then my stub nose Isuzu Outback. I put 30 gallons in it. Is $140.
What size tank that thing got?
30. I think it's a 32 or 33. Yeah, put 29.8 gallons in it. It's $130 something, $139 or $138. But I mean what are you gonna do? I can't go drive the mowers to my store, picking them up. I can't go drive and pick them up. So I just went up on my pickup and deliveries too. I just went up this year, and it wasn't because of fuel. It was just like because I'm one person. And I was kind of pushing the customers to be like, well, I ain't paying him $75 to come get my mower.
I'll bring them in.
I'll bring it myself.
Yeah, do it yourself. I'd rather not go get them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's 75 in a 10-mile radius, or it's outside of a 10-mile radius, 100. Well, I started calling around. I'm gonna go up again. I'm gonna have to. Everybody around me's bottom $100. Bottom is $100.
Starts at 100.
Yeah, and it makes sense in my mind because if you go call a tow truck right now to drive your mower to my store, I mean it's gonna cost you $150, and it don't matter if it's a mile down the road. That's just what it's gonna cost. But they were already fussing, and I thought I would push the customers that way, but it didn't work. I've literally probably picked up. In the past month, I've probably picked up somewhere in the neighborhood of about 30 mowers. So, but that didn't work. But I think we're in a time too where customers are just paying for that convenience too. Like people are like, I don't want to fool with it. I'd rather not go outside and hook my trailer. That's another thing. I picked one up Saturday, and they literally had a trailer sitting right beside their mower. Perfect little Tractor Supply, little mesh trailer sitting right there, and I looked at it and I'm like, this is like 4 miles from my store. I'm charging you $75. Well, okay, whatever. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, why can't you hook that thing up and bring it to me?
You should have seen if they'd sell it to you. They don't need it.
Oh, yeah, I should have.
Yeah, you should have.
But I think customers are really just for convenience now. Because of some of this stuff I do, it's like, and even probably for you guys on vehicles, I mean, I think it's pretty easy to change oil and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people
you can't do an oil change yourself cheap as you can have somebody do it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You pretty much can.
Oh, I know that. I mean,
so
absolutely.
that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I know that. But I mean, it's like for your lawnmowers and stuff. I mean, it can be costly to get your mower picked up and put 2 quarts of oil in it.
I think part of it is that we've become numb to the price hikes on everything.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
I mean, because I will pay for things now where used to I'd fuss constantly, and now I just expect it and don't really say a whole lot about it. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, 4 of us went to the Mexican restaurant the other night. It was like $60.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when we used to go
Oh,
down
I
there and
know.
eat for like
I know.
40.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know?
that's I mean, that's us too. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
We just
anywhere you
become
go out
numb
to,
to that.
yeah, we
That's-
have.
that's
We
what it
pay a
is.
lot more for stuff,
If everybody would just quit paying,
and that only happened after COVID, really. And
Yeah.
truthfully, I mean, it was after COVID and all that
Oh.
that went crazy.
1,000,000% after COVID.
I mean, it wasn't like that before. But I don't know how. I don't know how that you get. How do you make it slow down or stop? You know.
You gotta quit. You gotta quit giving them what they want.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it. And it takes way more.
Yeah,
than,
but everybody's making money though. I mean, that's it. Everybody's making money. You know.
Yeah, don't mean you're making enough.
Oh, I know that. I know that.
Don't mean you're making enough.
I just find it so hard to believe some of the stuff that people will have you do, I mean, just have you do. I mean, it's just wild to me. I mean, I don't know what happened to the days to where when you buy a lawnmower, you buy a motorcycle that, that it showed you how to do all this stuff. Well, nowadays you get all these warning labels and stuff not to do, because you don't want to drink the battery acid that you pour in your lawnmower. You don't want to, you don't want to, make sure to put the oil in it and do, they used to send you in something like that, or a mower or a motorcycle or something, that valve lash, how to adjust your valves and stuff like that. Well, that ain't even a thing no more. You ain't gonna have that.
No.
Just people are, I don't know. I don't know why they don't
you were encouraged to take care of things back in the day.
Yeah. I think we're in a society too. It's just everything's throwaway.
Yeah, they just expect it not to last. I guess I don't know.
I don't
know why.
But, and I hope that we can raise another generation to where we have kids and people that's hands on.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be another.
Nobody wants to learn anything. I mean, when it comes,
I don't know why.
When it comes to having to try, I mean, they'd rather work with their mind than with their hands. I mean, that's just what it is, And I get that though. I mean, I do. I mean, it doesn't mean I don't know how or don't do it, but I mean, I understand. Why do it yourself if you can afford to pay somebody to do it? I do get that.
Yeah.
I mean, just like the lottery conversation, we hit the lottery. There's going to be a lot that I don't do that I do now.
But I still find out like I'm not to say that we're better than anybody else or anything like that, but I get to a point I'm like, do you not ever want to learn? I mean, why do you not want to learn how to weld two pieces of metal together? Or how do you not want to learn how to solder some wires together? Or how do you not want to learn how to build a house? I'd love nothing more to build my own home if I had time. I would love to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're fixing to do it.
Oh, no, I'm not. I ain't been doing it myself.
Oh, well. Are you hiring a contractor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good for you though. I mean, but you ain't got time to do it either, so it doesn't matter. I mean,
Yeah.
if you had time, you might dig the footers. You might do the.
Well, we were going to do all that anyway, and we still may. I mean, that's not out of the question. We were actually planning on doing.
Well, I can tell you one thing: you can't lay block as cheap as it is.
Well, I'm not going to lay block.
Well, I'm just saying, if you build, on a foundation home, I mean, they said that. Now, this is what I hear. I don't know, but they said that if you do something like that, like on a home, said foundation's like the way to do block. They said you can't beat the price that people are laying block for right now. Like, it's just incredible. Like what was it, $2 a block or something, or $1 or $2 a block? It was
Loudoun County, they don't let you lay block no more.
Really?
You have to pour formed walls. Sure do. On a new home build in Loudoun County. Sweetwater ain't like that. Monroe County ain't like that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, somebody was talking about it. But
that's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty. Have you seen some of that before?
It's expensive.
Yeah, I know it's expensive.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah, it's
more
pretty
than
wild to
anything.
see that. I seen a house being built over there in Greenback. Well, I guess that would make sense. It was in Greenback, and they was pouring those walls in those forms, and I was like, can you do that? And he was like, yeah, that's the way we do. That's the way you do it now.
That's code now.
Yeah, I did not know that
for Loudoun County. I'm pretty sure. So that's the way it is.
But I don't know. I just think the people's just lost that. I don't know. I don't see why somebody doesn't want to learn a trade or something.
So talking about people. So I wonder, we were talking about this. Have you heard of China's T800 AI robot?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It's just stemming from AI taking jobs, is what I had on my mind.
Okay.
But so they've developed this, and you know how far in technology China is,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But they've developed this robot now that, I mean, it walks like a human. It's steady on its feet. I mean, it shows it doing backflips and yeah. And so anyway, they put out this video out there, or whatever. It's walking with police officers down the road. It's got a vest on. So anyway, they call it. Somebody's saying it's fake and it ain't real. So assuming this video I watched on this is real, but they bring that thing out there, or the guy who made this robot. He brings it out there and it's a combat robot. I mean, it's made to fight too. Kicks him like stomach, chest area like that, and knocks him down to prove that it was real. That it wasn't fake. Because I mean, if you look at Elon Musk robots, they're like, all crappy and whatnot. So, but yeah, that's dude right there. Check him out.
Okay.
Yeah, like full
I'll have
blown.
to check a video of that.
Full blown Terminator.
I hope it
I
ain't like
swear
the
it's
product they sell to the U.S. They'll be in bad shape.
real. Well, they probably take fighting and all that stuff a little more serious, I guess.
This might be where all their technology.
The point is we ain't nowhere close to that.
No.
So
No.
but
yeah.
with AI, we're talking about AI here, gonna take jobs from people. If you think about that, what jobs do you think it can take? So two come to my mind right off the bat, which is like any type of writing type jobs, coming up with what to write and what, I don't know what that would be exactly, and art.
Like a programmer.
That and art, those two type of things right there are just, to me, wiped right off the table with ChatGPT, how easy it is to use it.
Yeah, well, I think too, it was something like that, it's so hard with something like that to even me as a human try to trust, because somebody has programmed it though. So it's doing what whoever programmed it. What if Bo programmed it? It's doing what Bo programmed it to do.
It's not really so much about programming. It's more about you give, and we're talking about AI, not a robot. But
Well, I know, but I'm just even AI. Somebody programs it.
Yeah, but you give it the knowledge. You don't tell it what to do. You give it, here's your knowledge, and you request it to do something based within this knowledge. That's how it does it. You don't even have to tell it what. I mean, you can be like, hey, do this, and it does it based on the knowledge that it has.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
I get that. I know it technically, yes, to what you're saying, but I guarantee you, it's to us, to the humans that use it right now, the people who use it. I guarantee you, there's somebody back behind all of this right here, that's like, he can talk to that thing and manipulate it to where it knows your information, it knows my information, it knows everything about us through AI. Like chat does. It only knows what you have allowed it to know in your life. But I think beyond that, someone who maybe builds AI and knows how to program and do everything that they've manipulated AI to be and to do, they already know that Bo has 2 kids. They know Matthew's got 3 kids. They know where they work, they own. I guarantee you, they're only going to allow you so much. I just cannot imagine it not being.
I don't know about all that.
I do. That's why I have such a hard time with even nowadays. I'm like, even trusting anything you see, anything you hear, anything. It is so deceptive.
I'm listening to a podcast right now where and this guy that I'm listening to, that he's interviewing, is he's doing something with Army and AI and autonomous stuff and whatnot, but he asked him, he's like, isn't this just scary or whatever, and he's like, not yet to me, not yet. And it's because right now it only has what you're feeding it, right? Anything you feed it is what it knows.
It remembers, yeah.
And everything we're feeding it are things we already know.
Well, okay. So just
Or that we've thought of or made or figured out. When it starts figuring its own stuff out, like when they give it that type of leeway or whatever, becomes smart enough, that's when we need to worry. Is what he said.
Yeah. But when we give it that information, when we give it that you live in Loudon, that I live in Monroe County. When you give it that information and you say, just like you do on chat, you'll say, delete everything you know. And then, technically it wipes its memory off of your phone.
Supposedly.
But, okay, it does. Okay, yeah, it doesn't, it's dumb now. It don't know nothing about any,
And it won't give in.
But, where did it go from there?
Yeah.
Where did it go? Who captured that? Because I know it's out there somewhere. It has to be. It's out there somewhere. Who's got it?
Yeah, you would think that
That's why
or another.
I deleted it. It may be weird, but whatever.
Well, but you got to understand how this stuff works too. I mean, like for an example, I was watching another podcast, listening to another podcast, with like this guy who comes on there and he informs people about hacking and techniques and things people do to hack and whatnot. And he says, he's like, just if you want to attack someone's computer or whatever and do a virus or anything else, and you go in there and you can take a file, something that's supposed to be remembered, and you can throw it away and get rid of it. Well, that computer is still looking for it. It knows it, so it can retrieve that. The only way for it to truly be affected where you can't recover it is to replace it under the same thing. So when it looks for it, it finds what it's looking for. It's not looking for it no more. Even though it ain't there, it found this, and that's not right. But it ain't looking for what you got rid of. That's the only way to truly hack. So you got to understand how it all works in order to know that.
I get that.
So I don't know how it works, but I was like, what I was listening to says that, once it's out there, it's out there. Like once you decide, and see, they're trying for whatever technology we develop with that stuff for China not to get their hands on it. Because this is, essentially, it's a race to arms. It's a freaking Cold War with AI is what this is.
Absolutely.
Or what it's eventually going to get to.
Yeah, it is.
So
whoever gets there first is got it.
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't want, it to get in the wrong hands. So he was saying, once it goes out, it's out. It's like if you put a Taylor Swift album out, he said, it's out there. You can't take it back. It's the same way with AI. Once this is built and it is what it is, and you go, here you go, there ain't no getting it back once it's out, And he said, and the technology behind that, the development and the brain of it, of how that works, is put into a locked hard drive that nobody can get their hands on. And that's how they protect it from like China or whoever else is trying to get it.
I just have a hard time with that. I
like to understand how it works. Try to, but.
Well, going back, I heard.
But the jobs, that's what I was curious about. How do you think it will affect? Because for me, here's what I've said for the last 10 years, and this stems from freaking customer service and people being so crappy. But, like at my shop, I've got 3 kiosks up front, right? So you can have up to 3 salesperson on the front, right? I've been saying forever, like before you started seeing all these kiosks in places, like self-help kiosks, I'm like, I need to get rid of every one of them SOBs up front, and just put kiosks in there. That's what it came from. But I've said it for years. Let's put a kiosk in that front where a customer can come in and they can tell it what the problem is. They can look at a menu and they can punch their car in, figure out what something's going to cost. We ain't got no need for anybody up there.
Absolutely.
I'm like, but, my owner ain't going to do that just because of old fashioned and whatnot. But you've got that could potentially, do away with that. And honestly, I feel like in a lot of ways it'd be better because customer can't blame you for nothing. You told it that, you put it in there. It would delete some of that.
I've even thought we've even thought doing a kiosk at our store with a computer where the customer walks up and it's logged into my inventory of my store and my main key warehouse. If we've got it or not, they walk up to it because a lot of people, if they had that at a parts store or
Oh, yeah.
or somewhere, I can bet your butt that I would be on it.
I'd walk in there and find it
I
quicker than
wouldn't
they
even.
can.
I wouldn't. Yeah, absolutely. You will. So we've talked about doing it, and we will. It's just it takes time. But I have a ton of customers that would be all over that. But as far as taking jobs, these dudes, it's tech work. I mean, I'm not talking about like tearing a computer apart. I'm talking about that's doing programming and writing of different apps and different
Software.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think it's you. I think it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
That thing can do it like this.
Receptionist.
That was another thing we talked about today.
Receptionists are going to be gone.
Well, I called one of the dealers up in Knoxville this week, and I called several, but I called one in particular. I don't even remember which one it was now. And it says, "Hi, welcome to such and such. You've reached the AI automated blah blah blah."
Mm-hmm.
And it went, and I thought to myself, "Well, that's the first time I've ever heard that."
Mm-hmm.
You have recordings and different
Right.
things and prompts and whatnot, but I've not heard
Oh, I
AI from a dealership yet.
Well, I guarantee you, like, what's going to happen is it's going to eliminate your service. Pretty much your service writers.
Yeah.
It's going to eliminate your receptionists, the people who transfer phone calls. Because if you can just tell it, okay, I've got this problem. Okay, then you need, then what's this? And it goes to, okay, well, maybe we need to check this, this, and this. And it's gonna get it to where it gets to the very end where somebody has to do the hands-on. Somebody's got to do the hands-on.
Yeah.
And all that's bypassed. Everything else is bypassed. But you're going to have somebody like you or me that's sitting in the sidelines waiting for something to
Mess up or not work right.
not roll the right way.
Right. Correct.
But
Correct. But you could, like, for instance, my store, you could go from 3 people on the front to having 3 kiosks on the front and just one guy making sure everything's working right.
right. Well, and here you go with that though. Just like you said, your boss is old school. A lot of your customers are still, I'm sure you do have a lot of tech savvy customers, but a lot of your customers are old school customers. They won't come in and talk to you. They won't come in and talk to your lady. They want to come in and be face to face with somebody. They don't like it's just like Walmart. It's the same way when you went up to self checkout at Walmart, everybody and their brother was pissed. I mean, they was mad. They was ready to shut Walmart down.
Megan won't use one. Still won't to this day.
No, I do. I'd rather get in
I
and out.
would too. I would too.
I'm in and out. I mean, I get it, but I mean,
But I'll tell you,
I promise you.
no matter how bad we want to face it, the world's going
Yeah.
to the side where we don't want to see people face to face.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going that way.
Convenience.
I would much
They-
rather
they-
talk to somebody and, but I want that experience to be good too. I would much rather do it my freaking self as I would deal.
The expectation of somebody needing to be good to you on the other side.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'll just handle it myself. Forget it. You suck anyway. Go home.
I know.
I'll just do it myself.
I feel the same exact
So
way.
that, I guess, where I am old school still, I would probably lean more towards the other side of it because of that reason, though.
Well, there's
Just like going into a parts store, like you're talking about.
Mhm.
If you get some young dumb kid up there asking what size engine it's got, so you can figure out what wiper blades it is,
Right. Yeah.
it's just because it says it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
I'd rather just go in and do it myself,
Yeah.
rather than even talk to you, dude.
Yeah.
I've got a guy at a parts store. Okay, you can relate to this. You own a parts store.
Mm-hmm.
I got a guy at a parts store that we deal with on the daily basis. Matter of fact, you've dealt with him many times.
Okay.
I called the other day. Dude says, "Hey, this so and so. How can I help you?" This guy's pretty much a delivery driver, but he picked up the phone because I don't know why.
Right.
I don't know why he does it. I don't know why he picks up. I don't know why they let him. Anyway, this so and so. How can I help you? I said, "So and so. Who do you have working with you today?" And I was fixing to ask for something that would be more difficult to find
Technical,
than some brake rotors or some pads or a control arm. It was going to be like some kind of a coolant elbow or something that you don't even know how that manufacturer names it or what they would have in their catalog.
Listing,
Something harder, to find anyway. And it doesn't matter if it was the easiest thing. I wouldn't have dealt with this guy. But, and I said, "Who do you have with you?" And he said, "So-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so." I said, "Let me talk to so-and-so." He puts, "All right, hold on, please." He puts him on hold, gets on the phone. hey, that's so-and-so. I said, why do y'all even let him answer the phone? I wouldn't have him look for something in his own house. He couldn't find it. Like, why do you let him answer the phone? And he's like, he starts laughing like you do on the other end of the phone. He's like, yeah, everybody says that, you know. But just that, I would rather just go down there and look for myself as I would even call and have to have that conversation with somebody.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's so frustrating. So,
Well, that, you know, I find it really, that's, again, I'm going back to what I said earlier, like, learn how to do it. Like look at it. Pull it. If you had a kiosk, would you use it? Would you use it when you go into a parts store? Would you use it? What happened to the days where at Walmart, when we were 15, 16 years old, that when you walked into the automotive section, all the wiper blades that was sitting there, you had a little thing you had to sit up there and punch, you know? Or if you needed an air filter, here's a catalog, you know, or here's the thing that you punch in what car you got, you know? You go to Walmart now, Walmart's just an example. You can't find nothing. There ain't nothing there you better know what your Fran filter is when you go to Walmart.
yeah.
Or you better know what size blades you've got when you go into Walmart. You better make sure they ain't got the wrong connector on it, you know, because you'll be taking those back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just think that's you know, I expect too much out of people. Like the interaction face to face. I expect too much out of people.
I do too.
I have way too much expectation and maybe it might be because of who I am, but I don't see why you can't be a little bit better.
Well, you're comparing them to yourself 100%. That's just what it is.
Yeah. But I don't see somebody, when you go to interject with somebody and talk to somebody, that they just almost shut down on you and give you a baseline answer, you know.
I had a guy talking today at work telling somebody about people looking him in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
eye contact.
Yeah, he was telling one of my sales guys about people looking him in the eyes. You know, it's how you can tell. You know, you don't want to talk to somebody that won't look at you in the eyes. Like, what's wrong with people nowadays? You know, and all that, and that's what it is.
Yeah,
they'd rather look down and talk to you as they would look at you. You know, one, so you can hear them. Two, you know who they're talking to you.
You can tell a lot about somebody just by eye contact and their you know, it's kind of profiling, but you can kind of feel somebody out really quick just talking to somebody for just a second.
Is this somebody I want to talk to, waste my time with or not?
Right, yeah.
For sure.
But I think the best thing is, like, when you go to a fast food restaurant, you know how nice that is? Pull up to a kiosk and use it.
Do you know how nice the customer service is when you go to a nice restaurant?
Oh, yeah.
It's unreal compared to anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. Honestly, if anybody's listening to this, honestly, I think your servers at restaurants work harder than just about anybody else I can find. I'm serious.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
They try harder.
Yeah.
You can tell they're in a hurry. You can tell time matters. They care.
But why is that?
Because they're making money on what they can turn.
Yeah, they're making money almost just like working off a commission.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It
If I'm
is.
the nicer I am to you, the better, the faster, the better service you get,
The more
I'm
money
going to
you
get
make.
more money. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
And I receive that. When I receive that, they receive from me. If I'll give you a tip, but if you suck, you're going to get sucky tip.
Yeah, I'll tip no matter what. I can't.
I'm not
one of those people that don't do
I'm not
anything.
going to, but I'm not going to give you a $20 tip. I may give you a gratuity of what it's supposed to be.
If I'm supposed
A
to
certain
give you,
percentage. If it's a 15%,
if I'm supposed to give you $6,
mhm,
like that's the 15% or
minimum.
whatever.
That's
if I'm supposed to
yeah,
give
yeah.
you $6,
you're getting it. Yeah.
and you did exceptionally well, instead of waiting on change or anything else, I'll sit down 10 and walk out.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Absolutely.
That's what you'll get if you try harder.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. That's the only. But there again, if you have somebody, you have got a waiter who's
And we are not lecturing
not
waiters and
yeah.
waitresses
Yeah,
because I think they're here on the working scale of people.
Yeah, they are. They have to be customer service and everything. Yeah,
That's who I'm looking to hire.
yeah. But I think I could go and do the waitress thing.
I do too.
I believe, and I could succeed at it.
Yeah. But the problem is you're and a lot of people would look past this, I guess. I would look past it because I realize it's not their fault. But your whole success relies on their meal, not just their experience.
Mm-hmm.
The meal's part of the experience, but it's the biggest part of it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's, I would deal with some crappy customer service if I thought the food was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not going to deal with really good customer service if the food is crap.
Yeah.
And so the food is the main thing there.
Yeah.
So it's not always their fault because you have a bad experience
Mm-hmm.
because the food may have sucked.
Sucked at it,
Or they
yeah.
they didn't do what you wanted them to do or whatever. And
Right.
that's not the waiter or waitress's fault, even though people may act like that. And that's the crappy part about people
Yeah.
right there.
It
That's the
is.
crappy part about people.
Yeah, it is. It's yeah, we're not bashing them at all, but they are held to a heck of a standard. I mean, they have
Absolutely
to
they
worry. They have to worry about what's happening in the back, what speed it's going on in the back, like how fast somebody's putting something out.
How bad that stupid freaking hostess is about double setting them or at the same time. You know,
Yeah.
you're supposed to do your job the right way.
Or
Yeah.
if you've got a ticked off cook in the back that don't care about presentation or the way anything looks or
Taste.
taste,
Anything
anything.
else,
So they are what the people see. They have to present themselves well.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have to be held to a high standard. I mean, it's unfortunate for them, but that's the job they chose.
I really like waiters and waitresses.
Mm-hmm.
I sure do.
I do too. Yeah. I mean, it's the best feeling when they give you that friend vibe, and they're just on top of everything. It doesn't matter. You get endless chips, and you don't even have to even think about it. You're starting to see the bottom. They're coming back with more. Your drink's getting low. It's topped off.
You know what for me it is? I mean, besides just being on top of it, I mean, all that's icing on the cake. Your tip's getting bigger and bigger. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's what do you want to drink? Sweet tea with lemon.
Mhm.
If they sit down another tea that don't have a lemon, that aggravates me so. I mean, I drink it and I don't care, and they're busy.
I knew you was going.
But that aggravates the crap out of me. It's like I wanted it one time and not the rest.
Yeah.
You know, like what? I don't understand that. That would. But anyway, whatever.
I always everywhere I go, like I don't do drinks or anything like that. I don't. I've not been a big Coke drinker, but everywhere I go, I always get this. I can kind of feel the waitress out immediately because I always drink water everywhere I go. And you can immediately see by the waiter if they're going to judge you or not. Like, oh, there's some tightwads right here. I ain't going to get nothing out of these guys.
Yeah.
You know. So, everybody will go around with their drinks. My wife's usually a Dr. Pepper. And my kids we make them drink waters because
Yeah.
it's just.
Our kids, because freaking Cokes are $3.50. Yeah.
Well, I would rather them buy a little better meal and spend it on some food and nourishment for the body instead of a crap ton of sugar. That's for me personally, too.
I work for a living, man, and if I want a freaking Coke, Dr. Pepper with my supper, I get it.
I don't
care.
I don't like it. I'd rather have water.
Yeah,
personally.
well, that's different.
It's
from a
if
preference.
you like it. Yeah, preference. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. But yeah, water, I get that stuff all the time. You get a water with lemon. I always get a water with lemon. I just like a little lemon in my water. Refill, plain water.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. And then,
Can I get some more lemon?
yeah.
Then they bring you a whole bowl with like
Yeah.
a million of them. It's like, I just needed one. That's probably the last water I'm going to drink, you know.
Yeah. But, yeah, I get it. I would probably enjoy being a waiter.
I think I would too.
But
I've thought about it a lot.
My thing is, have you ever been to one to where they just walk up to you, what can you order? Or what do you want to order? Okay. You tell them. They just look at you and they go to the next one. What do you want to order? What do you want to order?
Or they don't write it down?
What do you want to? Yes.
That bother you?
No, don't bother me. It's amazing.
Oh.
No, it's amazing. I've met like two waitresses. Yeah, both of them. No, there's one waiter and one waitress. There's a man and a woman. Two different places. There's one lady. She was an older lady. She's probably in her 60s or 70s. She's like, okay, what do you need? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And the thing is it wasn't just. It was like fish and chips, and that she wants, boiled fish over here, or grilled fish over here. This one wants a burger with no onions and mustard and ketchup on, and this one wants chicken wings with ranch. And she got she walked away, and I said, there ain't no way she's getting that right. I mean, there's no way. You cannot do that. It's
Yeah.
impossible. I can barely get a part number from the computer and walk back here.
And remember what it is? I know. I'm the same
There's
way.
no freaking way that she's doing this.
Yeah, I would write it all down anyway, just so I have a way to back myself up.
Yeah,
So,
well,
I
but
wouldn't
she
care.
did. I mean, and she brought it back to the table. And I was like, oh yeah, here we go. Watch this. She's gonna be.
She's done this
we're
forever.
gonna have a free meal tonight, boys. Everybody's stuff's gonna be wrong. We'll have pancakes out here, and they don't even serve pancakes. So we go out, and she hit it perfect. And she got. I mean, I gave her. It was me, all my family, and I think I went. I mean, she was one of those who was just like refill, boom,
yeah,
boom,
it's
boom,
on top of it.
never, and she was doing multiple tables, and every table was like that. I was just like, "Here's a 20, take a $20 tip, lady,
Yeah.
And I mean, meal was like $65 or something. I was like, here, take a 20,
Yeah.
But it was very impressive. I can look up a part number, turn around and literally go over here and grab it off the shelf. It's like 33031. No, 13.
How do you think they do that? You think because to me, like if I remember I would look at that menu and I would have it vividly in my mind. I just try to do my job the best I possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I felt like I'd look at that menu and be like, all right, this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. And I would have them labeled by numbers so I would know,
Yeah.
all right, it's
They may have
3,
a system
2,
in their head.
1, 4, and
But see, I'm different. I'm different with stuff like that.
I can't
because-
multitask very well either.
Well,
Like I have to really, really try, or else I'm screwing something up.
I'm really good with customers' names. Like every
I am
single one of
too.
my customers that come through that door, I'm just like,
Hey, Rick.
hey Jerry, hey Sally, hey
Yeah.
this, hey that, and they're just like, how do you remember me? How do you remember? And I can tell you the vehicle they drive. I can tell you, what do you got today? You got the, are we working on the Camry or are we working on the F-150?
Mhm.
What is that? F-150 is like a 07, right? Yeah. How do you remember? And it's just, that is the weirdest stuff. But I can't remember. Like I can go right there and get that part number and then step back here and I can't remember I can't do it. I don't know. I don't if I've got short-term memory problem or what. But I think Alex said, she's like, I think it's because you've got so much stored in your brain. The long-term stays, but the short-term, like, where did I put my wallet? Like
Yeah. My
like
keys.
3 minutes ago. Where's my keys?
Mhm.
Where's my keys at? Where's my wallet? Where's my phone? But I can remember 1,000 customers' names and the vehicles they drive, and the last breakdown they had,
Yeah.
Did that cool pack fix your
And
car?
what they done about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
that
yeah.
cool pack fix your car. It's weird, but it's
I've quit doing that.
but that's really good though too for because it builds this relationship. Because I've
Oh,
got
it does.
customers that come in that have came in since the day I opened the store, and they've not went anywhere else because hey Tommy, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah.
Did you ever get that? Did you ever get that? Did you ever get that weed eater powered bicycle going, or just anything, and they just love that stuff. And you go to anywhere else, any other part store or anywhere, and you may not even get a how are you or how can I help you?
Oh yeah.
So,
I had a guy today come up to me and hit me in the side with his water bottle there a few times. Now he was just arguing with my service manager over in the waiting area over something,
Uh-huh.
But I get it. It was a money thing. It had been a limited amount of time. It wasn't excessively long, but yet he was out of a warranty, and it was a brake rotor warping issue. I mean, that's not nobody's fault. It'd been like 26,000 miles.
That's pretty well. Goodness, you can warp a brake rotor in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so it'd been a while, So, but I get both sides there. I mean, there ain't nothing we can do about it. It's not our brake rotor. It's way out of a warranty, and then but yet it cost him a bunch of money, and he's gonna have to pay
That's
something
at
again.
least 2 years, isn't it?
I think he drove 26,000 miles in a year though. But anyway,
Yeah.
Anyway, he comes by me later, and I ain't even seen him yet. I can hear him talking in the waiting area. I know who it is, and I look up his name on the computer to see if it's him. Sure enough, it is. Because I just know his voice.
Isn't that crazy? You can do that too.
Oh yeah. So and he
yeah.
comes over and he hits me in the side there when I was over near the coffee maker and stuff there, and I was talking to another customer when he did it, and then he walked away, and I went back over to him and I said, Brian, what is it you do for a living? He's like, I'm in security systems. I was like, oh okay, and I was like, did you used to referee? And he's like, no, it ain't me. I said, I get you and another customer of mine. Like, I know your faces. I know your names and everything, but I can't remember who does what for a living. Like, that's where I was missing it today. But I know what they are. I know what they drive. I know the kids. I know the wives,
yeah.
you know, of some of these people. And I mean, but for me today, it was just a job. I try to remember their jobs too and what they do to ask stuff about that too, you know. So I guess we're remembering a lot. But
that's what I'm saying. I think our short term
it's like the unimportant stuff in our mind, which I don't know. It's weird.
Well, I think building that relationship, like my wife, when I go to Walmart, like I said, I use that kiosk. Phew, I'm in the kiosk, I'm in and out, I'm out of there.
Oh yeah.
But with her, there's this certain lady that her and the kids absolutely love. And they want to go through that line at that Walmart and see I don't remember her name now, Beverly or something, I don't know, but whatever her name is, they want to go through that line and see her. And her and Ruby are like, you know, they're this, you know. And then the Taco Bell lady, let me tell you about this. So when Coop was going through treatment, and all he would eat was cheesy roll-ups. You know, I've told you this. All he'd eat was cheesy roll-ups. That Taco Bell lady, she just gives us those papers. You know, the cheesy roll-up papers. But he would only, it was a mind thing. We started finally, because it was getting expensive. It was $1.50 a pop. You think, well, that ain't nothing. Well, when you eat, that's all you eat for like 3 meals, and that's the only way you eat them is to go to Taco Bell and get them. Well, when he's going through treatment, and that's the only thing he eats, that's what you go get him. That's the way we survive. So that adds up very quickly. I mean, you're spending $15, $20 a day in cheesy roll-ups.
Yeah.
And, but there again, customer service. She finally asked us, you know, so why you guys, why you always coming by here and getting, you know, the same lady every day. And I was like, well, my son's was diagnosed and he don't eat after treatment and stem cells and all. He don't eat nothing. You know, we got hooked on, and where we got hooked on him at was at Vanderbilt, Children's at Vanderbilt, and they have an amazing food court in Vanderbilt. I just want to go back and eat the food court again and see, you know, go back again. But anyways, down there in Vanderbilt, they had a Taco Bell, they got a Subway, they got stuff like that. And she told her, and she was like, well, won't you try something? She said, take a few of these pieces of paper and try to make them at home, and you get you some cheese and grade your cheese up and see if he'll do it. Sure as the world. We went to Walmart, got some cheese and got some tortillas, wrapped those dudes up, stuck them in that paper. Didn't have to go to Taco Bell ever again. You know, we did. So we went back and
to get more papers.
Yeah, to get more. Well, we went back and told the lady, you know, was like, well, thank you so much. And we wanted to try to, you know, so we went and got her a gift card. And it was like, I don't know, it was like $50 or $100, you know, and she just broke down on us. And then she told us her story about her husband and how she just lost her husband and all this stuff. And it just opened up a big, you know, I don't know where she's at now because she left Taco Bell, but it's just stuff like that, the customer service and the things that you encounter that you don't even realize, you know, sometimes with something as simple as, but we went back and, I mean, she gave us a stack. I mean, it was like that thick of those thin pieces of paper. It's probably 200 or 300 pieces of paper.
I've been slipping a little bit of meat in each one of them, a little bit more each time.
Oh, it would not happen. He used to, if any sort of, it was just strawberries and cheese there for a year. It felt like that's it. That's everything. That's morning, lunch, and dinner. And if anything hit his tongue, it was just gag. I mean, just start gagging immediately. Could not. You know, now you can't. He'd eat that coffee cup right there.
So you talking about the customer? I went to the dentist yesterday, and I hate the dentist. I mean,
really,
fiery passion. I've had teeth work for my whole life. I can't stand going. Anyway,
you had braces, did you?
Yeah. So once it was all said and done, and we got ready to leave, she's like, "Did you get your little reminder card for your date? Did she give it to you?" And I said, "No." And this is my hygienist that was cleaning my teeth. She was like, "Well, hang on a minute. Let me get you one. Did you get your goodie bag with everything in it? You know, toothbrush and all that?" She said, "No, I'll get one of those too." So she goes and grabs it and a little card, and She's like, all right, let me write down this date. And she wrote it down on the card. She's like, okay, there you go. Wait a minute. Isn't that fall break? Y'all gonna go do something during fall break? And I'm like, I don't know. I might go to Indian Boundary or something. We're building a house this year, so I'm not probably not going to the beach or nothing, you know. She's like, here, let's just move it to the week after, just in case you're going to do something on fall break. I wasn't thinking of that at all. Zero in mind.
No.
You know, but a female family, you know, she's ahead of it. So I told Megan when we got home, I'm like, oh, Kyla took care of you today. You know?
She's already planning a trip for us.
Yeah. But yeah, it goes a long way when you think about somebody beside yourself or maybe put yourself in their situation. What would you do? You know, it does. It really does.
Well, I had a customer come in. They were, I mean, every customer that come in the door today, even Rhonda made mention. She's like, man, every customer that's come in is giving you a hard time today. You know, they're just punching me. I mean, they're just giving it to me. But I'll give it right back because that's what they want. They want me, you know, they want the rise out of it. And so, anyways, one of the customers that was giving me such a hard time, like 2 or 3 days prior, he comes in and he's like, I gave him and you would know this, like on a Toyota, a wheel bearing on a Toyota Tacoma or a 4Runner or a Sequoia or whatever. It's got the whole bolts and everything. You remember how we used to have to cut the hub and bring the bolts out of it and all that? So anyways, they can make this whole direct fit now. Boom, it just goes straight in there. Yeah. You can unbolt yours, throw a new one in it.
Dorman used to be the only one that made that.
Dorman and Moog's got one now. So anyways, I told him, I was like, look, Neil, this is what you need to do. Don't fool with this, getting this like this. Spend a little bit of money. And this first encounter was probably like 2 years ago. Maybe he just started coming. It may have been longer than that, but he just started coming around. I hadn't really met him. Super nice guy. Awesome customer. And I told him about that bearing. I said, look, they make this bearing. I said, it's going to be about another, because you buy just but you got to press it all out.
You can buy the bearing, but you got to reuse the old bolts, press the hub out.
Mess. Yeah. I was like, look, dude, for another $100, I know that sounds like a lot, but your time. He's like, oh, no, I'll be fine. Okay. Well, what's he do? He blows it. He presses the bearing out. Found somebody to press the bearing out.
Presses the hub in before putting the bolts in.
Done that. Tried to push it back out. Blew the front side of the hub apart.
Pulls the race out.
Bearings fall everywhere. He brings it back to me and he's asking me, I'm like, well, he's like, I believe I'm going to go there. He said, I'll just eat the, and I was like, I tell you what, get that bearing out of there. Get that hub out of there. Get the bearing, get it separated, bring it back to me. I'll warranty, I'll defect it, even though it's your fault. I'll defect it, and I'll sell you the bearing all one piece. And so he did that. Oh, it was the best thing ever. So then he's just continued customer. So he comes in 2 days ago. I want a CV boot.
There we go again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said, listen, Neil. Can I just give you a little advice? I said, that CV boot's $50. I can sell you a CV axle right now for $129, brand new CV axle. Pop it out, put it in, you're done.
New joints, new boots.
Yeah, new joint.
Nowhere near the amount of work.
Yeah. I said, and it was on a Chevrolet 1500. 6 bolts. 6 bolts. You can.
Yeah, the easiest one. You don't
even have to
do that. Drop it out. Pull it out this way.
Yeah. I told him. I said, Neil. I said, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Don't do it. So he's like, oh yeah, you just want more money. You just want more money. I said, you want to be the same thing with that bearing, And he's like, no. He said, if you think that's the right way to do it, I said, I promise you, all you got to do is take them 6 bolts out. I even pulled him out of the box. Showed him. I was like, right there, that flange. Take them 6 bolts out. Pull your axle nut out. Drop that thing down. Slide it out. Slide it in. You're done.
Yeah,
it's over with.
It's the best one there is.
So he comes back in, and he's like, boy, you was wrong. I was like, what do you mean? He said, you didn't tell me nothing. He said, you didn't tell me what size the socket was for that. No, he didn't have a socket. So he had to go to like Advanced or something and buy the socket or whatever. He said, but I can tell you one thing. He said, I tried just playing with that other boot. He said, I absolutely destroyed getting that boot off of it, the one that was ripped. And I said, you think about destroying one, wait till you put one back on. I said, I've done it. It ain't, it's,
You got to have a tool to
you
do
have
that.
to do your spreader. Yeah. And I told him, and he was like, well, that's why I come to you guys. He said, you guys know what you're doing, so he says, but that's just your custom, that interaction, and it's just like, you don't get that everywhere,
No.
They're going
You'd have somebody getting what you asked for and the end of it.
Yep.
And it's too controversial, or you're worried about what they may think if you're suggesting something. People are, but that comes from how crappy people are.
Oh, I know.
If they wasn't so crappy, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Well, they and I'm not, the parts store that come in just down the road from me. I believe I've gained more business from them than I'll ever would getting just, more foot traffic from telling people. I think I've got more business from them,
What do you mean? Like they bought something there and it won't go back? Is that what you mean?
Well, like to the point to where, I know the manager down there. So, and he's the manager of the place, but it's almost to the point like they come in and like, I ain't going back down there.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing. I guess that I don't know why. Then I ask them, like, why'd you even go down there in the first place? I've got it up here, or I can get it for you. I know, but even the new customers coming in and out, it's just, then you start building more relationships, and it's, but I'm like, that's the suckiness of people today. They just, they just suck. I mean, I know you got to start somewhere, but.
Yeah. But see, going back to the whole AI thing, if there was a kiosk where that guy could just look it up, get it, and you hand it to him, they got the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So that's where you don't want it to take over, unless it's smart enough to have that conversation, and it very well could be.
Yeah, it could. Yeah. See, and there again, with AI, somebody's going to have to program it, like me or you.
Yeah.
To ask it the questions. Okay, you want a CV boot? Well, okay, here's your CV boot.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, when you build that software inside that stuff, and you have a boot in there that's $50, and then an axle that's $110 or whatever, it's probably smart enough on its own to say first option, requested option, secondary easier option or something, for a little bit more. It's probably smart enough to do that on its own.
Then it would probably say required tool for this, and then it's going to be
yeah.
Well, it's no different. It's no different than getting on Google right there and searching something, and it populating up. If you put in a Briggs and Stratton V twin motor, and then immediately AI pops up, or if you just put cost in, and it'll say, oh, average cost of a Briggs and Stratton V twin, da 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 da. Well, it technically, it's semi right, but it doesn't know all the things. It gets you in the ballpark.
We just need to give it time.
Yeah.
Give it time.
Oh, I know. It's gonna be scary when you give it too much time.
It's gonna get that way regardless. So there ain't no stopping it.
No.
There's no stopping it.
No. I don't know. But anyways, so thank you guys for tuning in to the second floor. We'll catch you guys next time.
Appreciate you joining us.
See you.